Our top story, we continue to follow up the proceedings at the United Nations International Court of Justice, which has just begun hearing the genocide case. This is day 2 of the hearings in the case filed by South Africa, wherein Israel has been accused of committing a genocide in Gaza. Let's cut across live to The Hague, where Israel is responding to the charges. Israel is presenting its response to South Africa's genocide case against it at the International Court of Justice. Remember, on Thursday, South Africa had argued that Israel violated the 1948 Genocide Convention. In fact, Israel is expected to show footage of the October 7th attack in today's hearing, which has just begun. And we can see the visuals on our screen that it is presenting its side of the case in front of the justices at The Hague.
For their life and well-being. That organization, Hamas, and its sponsors seek to deny Israel, Palestinians, and Arab states across the region the ability to advance a common future of peace, coexistence, security, and prosperity. Israel is in a war of defense against Hamas, not against the Palestinian people, to ensure that they do not succeed. In these circumstances, there can hardly be a charge more false and more malevolent than the allegation against Israel of genocide. The applicant has regrettably engaged in a transparent attempt to abuse the Convention's compulsory jurisdiction mechanism, and in particular the provisional measures phase of proceedings, to bring under the purview of the Court matters over which, in truth, it lacks jurisdiction. Madam President, members of the Court, the Genocide Convention was a solemn promise made to the Jewish people and to all peoples of never again. The applicant, in effect, invites the Court to betray that promise. If the term genocide can be so diminished in the way that it advocates, if provisional measures can be triggered in the way that it suggests, the Convention becomes an aggressor's charter. It will reward, indeed encourage, the terrorists who hide behind civilians at the expense of the states seeking to defend against them. To maintain the integrity of the Genocide Convention, to maintain its promise and the Court's own role as its guardian, it is respectfully submitted that the application and request should be dismissed for what they are, a libel designed to deny Israel the right to defend itself according to the law from the unprecedented terrorist onslaught it continues to face, and to free the 136 hostages Hamas still holds. I thank you for your kind attention. May I ask, Madam President, that you call Professor Shaw to the podium.
I thank the co-agent of Israel for his statement, and I now invite Professor Malcolm Shah to take the floor. You have the floor, Professor Shah.
Madam President and members of the Court, it is a great honour to appear before you again and a privilege to appear on behalf of the State of Israel. It is my task today to address the issues falling within the general categories of prima facie jurisdiction and the preservation of alleged rights sought to be protected. However, I would like first to make a preliminary comment about the key question of context. It constitutes the framework for the consideration of this request for the grant of provisional measures. South Africa casts its net widely. In its application, it uses the word context many times. In particular, it declares that it is important to place the acts of genocide in the broader context of Israel's conduct towards the Palestinians during its 75-year-long apartheid. Leaving aside the outrageous nature of that statement, why stop at 75 years? Why not refer to 1922 and the approval by the Council of the League of Nations of the British Mandate? Or 1917, the proclamation of the Balfour Declaration? Maybe also include the entry into the land of Israel of the Israelite tribes some 3,500 years ago. No. The immediate and proximate context for the specific allegations of genocide claimed by South Africa lies in the events of the 7th of October, when Hamas militants and other armed...
We continue to track the case at The Hague. You just heard Israel responding to the charges levelled by South Africa, allegations levelled against it that it is committing genocide in Gaza. A strong response there from Israel, where it has rejected all the allegations levelled against the country, saying that they were distorted and does not present a legal picture.